NBA champions. They had an MVP on the floor that played like an MVP in the fourth quarter with his 13 points, hitting all 6 of his free throws, hitting 3 of 5 shots, hitting a three-pointer. He didn't get much help from Klay Thompson in the fourth quarter, but he got it from him the first 3. He had Harrison Barnes hitting 2 key threes, and more importantly, you had 5 different guys for the Golden State Warriors who shot the ball in the fourth quarter, which means they trust one another and they're sharing the basketball. Whereas in Cleveland, only LeBron, Kyrie, and Kevin Love attempted shots in the fourth quarter. So it came down to the big 3, who, by the way, don't have the greatest trust in the world for one another, against the reigning defending NBA champions, who, if nothing else, clearly trust one another. That's why they won Game 4. That's why they're up 3-1. That's why they're on the verge of closing the Cleveland Cavaliers out Monday night.
38 shots they attempted in the second half, Cleveland. LeBron and Kyrie took 33 of them. JR didn't take a shot in the second half.
Right.
Played 43 minutes. Whose fault is that? The lack of ball movement and getting other people involved, running plays for other players?
Well, the problem is they only have 2 guys that can go make a play. You got LeBron James, you got Kyrie Irving. Everybody else are specialty players. The only way JR gets shots, Channing gets shots, the only way these guys, Kevin Love, gets shots, they're facilitated by those 2 guys, and they have to play fast to do so. You know, you talk about championship pedigree. They didn't score for about 7 straight minutes in the fourth quarter. 0 for 9 during that stretch. Yeah, Steph had 38. Yeah, Klay had 25. But it was about the defense and the toughness, 50-50 balls. They got none. Yeah. Cleveland, they got none.
That's true, but also let's keep this in mind. LeBron James was inexplicably passive for the first half. We were wondering when he was going to get aggressive. Then he got a little aggressive in the third quarter. But you were looking to pass the ball, but you didn't find J.R. Smith. For 24 minutes of the second half, you're Kyrie Irving. You were boogieing. You finished with 34. But you didn't find J.R. Smith for 24 minutes in the second half. That's inexcusable. It cost them the game. You got to find a shooter, especially when LeBron James lost all confidence in his jump shot. Just disappeared, had no confidence.
So Cleveland loses its first game of the playoffs at home.
That's right.
And it could very well be their last game of the playoffs at home. Down 3-1 in the NBA Finals. Who's come back to win it? No one. 0.
Klay Thompson. What's up, man? You're just waiting, standing by as we do the highlights. Congratulations on the victory. Man, it was physical tonight. How would you describe it?
Well, I appreciate that, Scott. Both teams are super competitive, not wanting to lose. Obviously, Cleveland doesn't want to go down 3-1 hole, and we don't want to come back here. So a lot on the line, and I'm just proud of everyone on this team who stepped up.
I imagine you guys must laugh to some degree because we've got 24 hours to fill in between, you know, Wednesday and tonight, and we do it wondering what's wrong with you guys. I don't know if you just tune us out, but if you're paying attention at all, or when you guys are talking as a group, what was wrong in that last game? Your coach said you all were soft. How much did he drill into your head you had to be tougher?
We were soft. And Steve, you know, he's a tough competitor. He hates to lose. That's why it's so fun to play for him. But we realized we were soft, and the whole year we responded well, though. And I think we only lost back-to-back once, and that was a couple weeks ago. So, you know, I'm happy how everyone responded on this team. You know, we weren't ready to come back here. And the toughest game is obviously coming up on Monday, but enjoy this tonight because that was a gutsy win.
The stage and the stakes are so much different now because this is what you play for, you know, the chip, the trophy and all. But how much do you think what you all went through in pursuit of this record where you couldn't afford to lose back-to-backs, how much do you think that focus, that sharp focus all year long, maybe people wondered, did it take something out of you? Maybe did it even prepare you more for this? Does that make sense?
No, it makes sense. But luckily for us, our team is built so, you know, we're so deep. We play 10 guys, even at this point in the season.
Right.
I mean, James McAdoo, how great was he tonight? You know, the guy hasn't seen action in a couple weeks, and he comes in, he makes huge plays, and he gives us great effort. So I was proud of him. Anderson Varejao was huge tonight, got some great offensive boards, and just played his tough-minded brand of ball he always plays. But, you know, the whole season, I mean, when you're the champs, every arena you go to, it's full, loud fans. You know, they want to see you lose so badly. And even back in November, it felt like the playoffs, so it prepared us the whole year, and not a lot of players get to go through that, and we don't take it for granted because that's when basketball's at its best.
Klay, in any sport, all the best teams say that the most fun is the quiet road building. How satisfying as this game winds down to know that I know they weren't quiet during, but at the end when the reality sets in, how satisfying is that?
I can't hear anything.
Uh-oh, we lost Klay. I'm talking about silence in the building, and Can you hear me? You got me? He doesn't have me. It's live television. We'll send this one in for the Emmy reel and see what happens. Thanks, Clay. You can go, because he can't hear me. We tried our best. And so did the backcourt. The pond's not frozen anymore, I guess. The pond is thawed. You see they go for 50% from 3 in this one. What'd they go by? Let's see, 11 for 22. That's what it was. That's pretty good. They combined for 63 points, and Golden State gets the victory. We'll hear from Mark Stein with a Warrior who can hear him. Draymond.
Tyronn Lue there facing the media after a 108-97 loss, and his Cavaliers now in a deep hole thanks to the Warriors and the likes of Draymond Green, who has joined us here on the set.
Wait a minute, Matt.
Going with red camouflage leather on the shirt, which you don't see
remember
very often.
Charles said he would come up and snatch Tom? I got Tom on speakerphone right now and Draymond.
This is true. Tom Izzo is on the
all
phone.
that laughing now. Hey. Coach, you got anything to say? You heard that, didn't you, Chuck?
I told you, I'll come up to Michigan State and just start whooping coaches up there. D'Antonio,
that won't happen.
Coach D'Antonio, Coach Izzo. What other coaches y'all got? Who's your baseball coach? I'll grab him too.
Coach Smith?
Coach,
Yeah, I coach.
okay.
Yeah.
Dre, you guys won the second half by 16. What was the difference?
We really started to defend. You know, when we got defending in that third quarter, they went up 8. We started getting stops. We got out in transition. Once we get out in transition, that's our team. We use defense to create offense, so we did that in that third quarter.
Tyronn Lue already getting questions. The rest of the Cavaliers will get questions as well about fatigue. Some of them logged major minutes tonight. When you guys were getting the second chance points, the offensive rebounds, particularly in that third quarter, did you sense that maybe you had them in that sense?
I mean, you know, we know that they're going to play a lot of minutes. They usually go about 7.5 deep, you know, and we playing 10, 11 guys. And when you do that, you got to just continue to pound away. I think they did get a little fatigued there at the end, but I do understand it. You know, it's game 4. They're trying to tie it up 2-2 going back to Oracle. Guys got to leave it out there on the line. I think they did that tonight.
What was the adjustment by you and the coaching staff, the way Tristan Thompson was owning the glass in the first half? What was said at halftime to keep him off the glass? Was that on you?
You know, I knew I had to hit him. You know, at the end of the day, he's never going to stop going to the boards. And if we're going to win that game, we had to get rebounds, because not only do he get rebounds and they may score, but it just get this crowd into the game. It get everybody going, and they feed off that. So I knew that I had to hit him, and even if I couldn't come up with the rebound, just keep him off and somebody else can get it.
You know, you're one of the best all-around players in the league. You're a great defender.
Appreciate that, brother.
Rebounding and assists. You fill up all the stat sheets. But when you play with Steph and Clay, they're two amazing players also. Do you think the most important thing you bring to the table, not just the stats, your mental toughness and energy?
I do think that's the most important thing I bring to this team. I mean, at the end of the day, anybody can shoot a shot, anybody can get a rebound, anybody can pass the ball. You know, but I think the mental toughness that I bring to this team and that edge is what helps, you know, give us that fire and give us that competitiveness. And that's what I take pride in. You know, sometimes I think I went 2 for 9 a day. I don't judge my game off that. I judge my game off how I got my guys competing. So I grade myself off that usually, and I think I was successful at it tonight.
Draymond, Chuck's being nice to you right now. He picked the Cavs to win tonight, but I picked you guys.
Oh, my God. Way to throw me under the bus.
You threw Smitty last game.
Wait, Smitty picked the Cavs. Wait,
Tristan was here.
Smitty, you picked the Cavs also.
Dre, for the record, I picked you guys.
Did Smitty pick the Cavs?
We're going to take credit for it.
Wait, did Smitty pick the Cavs?
We can figure that out. But
Boy, so scared.
Draymond, you talked about having an edge. And what happened there with a little dust up at the end of the game, you and LeBron, you know, just guys got in each other's face. It looked like y'all were, you know, mouthing off a little bit.
First off, Chuck usually picks against us, so let's get that out there, you know, so that's no surprise to me. But
just for the game.
No, it's cool. You usually pick against us. It's okay. You know, I still look up to you.
You guys usually win too.
Yeah.
Y'all proving me wrong again.
But with LeBron, you know, I felt he stepped over me. You know, and you're not just going to step over me. Like, there's many routes you can take. Don't just step over me like that. So, you know, we had our words, and it is what it is. I don't care who you are. You know, I'm not going to back down from you. It is what it is. We can do whatever.
First of all,
need to be done.
You hear that? He don't care who you are, Chuck.
No. First of all, I mean, I will say this. At least I know he could have played in our days. Because let me tell you something. If a guy step over you, you got to get him. That's like, we always talked about that. That is the most disrespectful thing that you can do to a player that you knock down.